A significant event was held in the State Duma of the Russian Federation, the presentation of the encyclopedia People of Our Millennium, and the awarding of the participants with commemorative medals. Your name is now forever inscribed among 100 outstanding leaders of Russia and went down in history. Your service to your country has now been recognized at the highest level. What do you feel? Of course, I feel happy. It feels as if I'm flying, because only the top people of the country made it into the encyclopedia. Famous singers, musicians, actors, politicians, renowned people in the filmmaking industry and science are included in this encyclopedia. And when you are standing alongside such people in the same building, of course, you get an overwhelming sense of happiness. You feel that you actually did something, not only perhaps for your country, but for the entire planet, because it is not that easy to make it into that encyclopedia. So I stood alongside all those award winners. Naturally, not all 100 of them attended the event. As a child, every Saturday I used to watch this TV show, In the World of Animals. The host of the show is in that book too. Famous showmen are in that edition too. Curiously, all of them, when told that they would be published in that book, the encyclopedia, asked, "What did I do? I don't seem to have done that much." And it turns out I was sitting next to a man who was a businessman. They are making very important things for the space industry. And he also said, I asked myself too, why me? But then, he says, I realized and understood that the Russian space industry could not exist without my company. And I realized I have likely brought huge benefit to my country and other countries that buy products for the aerospace industry. There were people who created robo-systems. These robo-systems have been working both for the benefit of the Russian Federation and society worldwide. It makes you happy knowing that you used to be seeing these people on TV, and here you sit next to them and can talk to them and take pictures. The feeling of happiness. All you have today is the result of your own achievements. Many a time fate put you to the test, but you always came out of all situations as the winner. What gave you the strength? Dreams and the power of love give strength to any person, even in most unpleasant situations. Because once a very famous philosopher, who is also called God, Jesus Christ, brought two things to our planet: the power of faith and the power of love. So these two forces that he once brought are inherent in every human being. And when something bad happens in life, of all people, by the way, they begin naturally believing in their own strength. Someone believes in the Lord, asking the Lord for help. This is the power of faith. And of course, the power of love. Few who create the power of faith within themselves then create the power of love. We also need to create the power of love, because whatever unpleasant situations may arise in life, they are designed to make people realize their mistakes, realize where they did perhaps something wrong in this life, or went the wrong way, turn back and go again, and get up again if you fall down, and go again. But unfortunately, or fortunately, we are put to the test not only by going through some bad moments in life when you're going down, but also when you are given plenty of opportunities, money or power. This is a second test, which many people fail. And so when someone is in a difficult situation, as I once was, one must believe in their own strengths, or believe in their God, in the country where they live, and of course, recreate within the great power of love. Because we cannot exist without love. Human beings cannot live without love. When these two powerful factors come together in a human being, of course, dreams are needed. I always accompany my autographs with the wish, dream and act. You need to find your dream. Every person has a dream, everyone. If you find your dream, if you believe, if you have the power of love in you, you will achieve that dream very quickly. Having been given this high award, you have been assigned a great mission. Leadership is the ability to motivate, unite, make quick decisions, and most importantly, make people happy. You dedicated your life to the implementation of the program called New Economic Evolution of the World. How will this program promote peace and prosperity of the people on Earth? You know, of course, it is not me who makes people happy. You can't make someone learn something or make someone do something. People do things on their own, so they learn to be happy on their own. Sometimes I can set an example, and of course, you need to always be in a state of happiness. And as for the implementation of the new program, the implementation of this program is possible only when people learn themselves. Because it is impossible, I repeat, to make someone learn if they don't want to learn. A person can only learn by applying different kinds of knowledge, various information that's around them. Therefore, the implementation of the new is possible when people learn financial literacy and investment, when they become educated in finance and investing, when they learn to be happy in any situation. I'll explain using money as an example. A person has earned $10,000 and says, "Wow, I'm so happy, this is cool." And then money becomes short, and he gets to earn only $500. And he says, "Oh, this is bad, I've earned so little." What does it matter how much you have earned? The bottom line is that you have earned it, and you've earned a lot more than you used to earn in the past. Happiness works along the same lines. A person says, "I will climb Mount Everest, then I'll be happy." Or, "I will get a car, then I'll be happy." Or, "I will get $1 million, then I'll be happy." Happiness is a state you are in at the moment. You must be happy here and now. Happiness is when you can talk. Happiness is being able to write with both hands and having two hands. Happiness lies in the fact that you are a healthy person. Because sometimes a person with a disability in a wheelchair is happier than people with both their legs. That person has hands, ears, eyes. He can hear, speak, but he says, "I'm unhappy because I earned little money," or "I'm unhappy because someone has offended him," the leader of some country. People usually blame someone else, but not themselves. If we take the example of a famous person, unfortunately I cannot remember his name, he has no hands and legs, but he is well known all around the world and he's a happy man. He paints. It turns out he has a few toes left and a few fingers, but in fact he is disabled, physically speaking. But this man is full of happiness and sets the example for other people. He has an able wife, able children, but he has a physical disability, yet he is able as a personality. So, one should always look for examples. Or sometimes you can see people dancing ballet. They don't have legs, yet they dance ballet. Happiness is waking up every day being alive, living in peace and harmony, with no shelling and bombing. And you're happy. And if the person didn't earn money, you did not do it today, but you will tomorrow. So you need to learn some techniques, some specific methods, and tomorrow you will earn money. If today you suddenly get in a bad mood because someone has upset you, put yourself back in a good mood. Read some joke, laugh, and be happy. So as far as the implementation of the new is concerned, the first thing we need to learn is not just finance and investing. We need to develop the right attitude towards ourselves, people, the society, to your country, to the planet where we live, to the place we're in. Some people say, "Oh, I hate my country," or "I don't like my city." How can you say that? You were born in this city. You were born in this country. You must be thankful to the universe for that. That you were born, you are alive, you are healthy, you are on both your feet, you have both hands. So the attitude towards yourself is very important. Further, you need to develop the emotional state for yourself and the emotional attitude towards other people. And most importantly, if you follow the new program, you need to find your purpose and calling in this life, and follow the path of your purpose and calling. And then we will move on to the new program as absolutely new, enriched individuals. Homo sapiens means a wise, sensible man. In the 21st century, we need to become Homo spiritus, i.e. a highly moral, spiritual man. Not necessarily highly religious, but definitely highly spiritual and moral. Because everything that happens in people's lives happens because they caused it to happen. There is a good saying, what happens to us today is the thoughts and actions of yesterday. So if we are going to think productively today, if today we are going to learn something we don't know, and this includes finance, investments, how to be happy, and how to have unconditional love for yourself, and how to develop the right attitude, tomorrow we will have a much better day. Because it has been proven that if two people love each other, a man and a woman, they can stop any storm, gale and hurricane with the energy of love. And imagine when millions or billions of people are in this state of happiness, well-being and love, they can stop any cataclysms related both to devastation, wars, geopolitical issues, and causes unrelated to human potential. People can change it all only if they are in the state of prosperity, in the state of happiness, in the state of love. The national wealth of any country is its people, but the aspirations of the people are represented only by the chosen individuals. It is they who create the future and are able to leave their invaluable experience as a legacy. What would you like to wish to the next generation? Yes, I would agree that the national treasure of any country is definitely developed people. Not just a huge number of people, but developed people, progressive people. And of course, we need to think about the future of our children and our grandchildren. Because, unfortunately, in the 20th century, we took a loan from our future generation by harming the environment, causing damage with nuclear power. We bury nuclear waste. In the future, our children and grandchildren will probably have to deal with it. Therefore, one of the key messages that must be passed on to our future generation is to have faith in their own strength, the huge energy of love. Because, as I said in the beginning, and now I want to say it again, if a person has all-embracing love, the huge potential of love, then that love must be passed on to other people. If our children, our grandchildren are born in the energy of love, creativity, prosperity, progress, then the next generation will be growing in the same measure and thinking in the same categories. And one of the main objectives of the new program is to arrive to a point in the future where people would stop thinking about their daily bread, where food, clothes, and everything else would stop being an end in itself. Because one of the main tasks of any society and the individuals in that society is creating and the prosperity of the society. If a society creates and prospers, there will be no poor people in the country. If all people have enough clothes, food, and a place to live and sleep, then people will progress, giving the society more and more unique opportunities that the society will make use of. Accordingly, the more unique opportunities and benefits each person brings to the society, the richer both the society and the person who brings such benefits become. So I want to wish people, of course, boundless love, boundless faith, and always, even to the next generation, to dream and to act. Because if there is a dream, the person is alive. When a person has no dreams, then the person dies. I want people to dream and to act, always and forever. Andrey, what is, in your opinion, the main component of success? If we are talking about success, then in fact, everyone is already successful. People are already born successful. 1453. And I would point out that the ingredients for success are probably in the principles of success. Speaking in psychological terms, technical terms, the algorithm of success. Each person has their own algorithm for success. One rises to their success because yesterday something unpleasant happened in their life. Someone climbs to success because they followed the example of someone who became successful. Someone achieves success in life because they're already in a good place, but they're not content because other people are not successful yet, and they create some mechanisms to help other people live with dignity and success. Each person chooses their own algorithm of success. But you must always understand why you want to be successful and what success is, because each person can be the best in their own business. If the person is the best in their business, then it's their forte. Find a business or a trade in which you can be better, because there cannot be two people who are the best in one business. There is always someone who is better. And when a person finds this trade or occupation in which they can be better, then they already become practically a successful person, just because they found this trade. If the person has found the trade they can be the best at, then they are already moving towards their success. They are getting better. Therefore, in addition to my wishes for people to dream and act, I would also recommend to find moments where you can be better at something. And if you can share this best thing with others, then it will be just great. Then you will not just embark on the path of your calling, but also on the path of your purpose.